What's up, ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. And ladies, especially, you might want to tell your man to leave while you're watching this video. Because I know I look good, but I brought in one of my best looking friends who's got all the muscles and everything, and is a legendary natural star and a singer who has that vibe like GINUWINE. Oh, did I mention he knows GINUWINE? Yeah, GINUWINE called him his baby brother. But with no further ado, I'm gonna bring him in, but what I gotta do, I gotta take off his jacket real quick. I just wanted to floss for a minute. I gotta show y'all my muscles, cause see, he ain't gonna make me look like I'm some little child up in here when he step into this camera. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man. This is the maestro that you hear the beats all the time on ONYXCON's content. When you see it say music by Marco_Majors, it's the homie. But with no further ado, I'd like to introduce y'all to my homie who I've been knowing for years in the Atlanta film biz and so much more, straight out of Columbus, Georgia, Mr. Marco Majors. My brother. you see this arm, right? Hold up, let me. I gotta, oh damn. Oh, hold on. Hold on, let me show my other side.
Yeah, see, there it is.
There it is. All right. Oh yeah. You see that?
Put the baby oil on there. Put the baby oil on there.
It's my dude right here, y'all.
Baby oil.
It's my dude, for real. Been knowing this brother for quite a minute. He the truth, he a real one. Always come correct. Always professional on set. And we're gonna talk about his life in the biz, from film to music to what else you got going on, man? I'm producing what?
It's movies and music, baby. That's it.
Brandon Dunn, Marco Majors. This is Brandon Dunn, ladies and gentlemen. I've been trying to get this interview for quite a minute. And we finally had, my schedule finally aligned, his schedule finally aligned. There was no way I was trying to pass through his area and not stop and get this moment. So bro, man, we done had time to catch up, y'all. So if part of this already sounds like we've been talking, it is real. That's how it's supposed to be. But man, let's just start at the beginning, man. Where were you born and raised, man?
So I was born and raised in a little town called Columbus, Georgia.
So you really from here,
I'm really from the sea.
That's what's up, man.
But I moved probably that was about first grade from Columbus to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
My parents divorced, and I went to school in Atlanta. It was BC Haney off of Terra Boulevard.
Oh wow. Okay, so I don't know schools out there, but I know Terra Boulevard. So yeah. Shout out to Clay Cole and all that, Clayton County.
Yeah, we was out there. I lived there and grew up there, partly until about 6th grade. I was I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't a bad child. Okay. But I was so unfocused from my parents divorcing. Okay. I would be in class like this. Yeah, daydreaming.
Mr. Dunn, hello.
Oh, I'm supposed to be doing work, yeah. So my mom hit my progress course. She was like, F. Wait a minute. No. Art. You got an A in art.
Oh, okay.
PE. You got an A in PE. You got a D in this, a D in that. You going back to Columbus with your daddy. Because I can't do it. It was me, my twin sister, my older sister, and my mom. I shouldn't have been with them, no way. I'm like, how full of women, like, I'm ready to go back with my dad.
Yeah.
So all it took was for my dad to tell me, he said, hey man, you already black. You keep playing around with these grades. He was like, there's one strike against you already.
Come on.
He said that to me one time.
Real talk.
So when I got to school here, I was like,
right. Now, how old were you at that point?
I probably
like 13-ish somewhere, maybe?
Probably around, 13, 14.
I just guessed that, knowing that that's usually the trigger point for a lot of folks if they don't have the guidance, you know what I'm saying? Or even if they do, that's always when they are debating what they're going to decide to be.
Yeah.
You know, middle school area.
You know, decent grades.
Okay.
But I struggled from the time I hit Atlanta to, coming back here, probably about 8th, 9th grade. 9th grade at Kendrick High School here. I smoothed out, went to Kendrick, moved, we went to Shaw, moved, went to Harris County. So I went to 3 different high schools.
Wow.
It's the grace of God, I made it out.
Yeah.
Harris County, I remember I took drama
Okay.
In drama, we did improv acting.
Okay.
And once I did that improv acting scene, I was like, man, everybody was in there clapping, standing up, laughing. And I was like, wow, I enjoyed that connection.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wish I could do this again some type of way. Not thinking actor, not thinking actor.
Right.
Not to mention,
okay,
my father was a police officer.
Oh, okay.
So I used to go to work with my dad. Guess where my dad worked? Movie theater.
Oh, wow.
He would do, be officer security,
okay,
right?
Gotcha.
So while he's working, guess what I'm doing? I'm watching movies.
You're watching the movies, yeah.
On the clock. This one get done, I'm going to that one. That one get done, I'm going to this one.
Daddy, everything that come out.
Everything. Everything. And then later on, I began to work. And my first job, guess where it was at?
What's that?
Movie theater.
At the theater, yeah.
So I've been surrounded by movies my whole life.
Whole life, yeah.
And a lot of times that's who raise our children, believe it or not. Because when daddy not there and you at home, or mama not there and you at home, that TV is who's raising
always on, yeah. And that's what's so critical about it, for those of us in the business. So were you always, two things, were you always athletic, and when did music come in? I mean, we always know music is always a part of our lives, but just break down how it was a part of your life and to the point of you becoming a musician.
The way that started was, as a child, my grandmother, she was a minister of music in the church.
Okay.
So she kept a piano downstairs, and she always used to play it. She used to sing, and she used to direct choir rehearsal. And that musical appreciation was just always like, oh wow, like my grandmother is this, I didn't really think too much of it, but when I got older, I started understanding, like.
So you did a few plays and everything in high school and whatnot, and that let you know you had something for this acting thing.
Yeah.
But as far as like your music, being that you're a musician, I know you play guitar, you play piano, you do, what else? What other instruments? I don't know.
Yeah, I compose, my drums, with my FL Studios, been using that program for years.
Okay.
I had the pirated version, starting out, but I did buy it. I spent the money to buy the full version.
Right.
FL, English line if y'all listening.
Right.
It just took me because originally I was composing beats strictly on keyboard. And I had saw my homeboy, Looney Tunes, it's a music producer named Looney Tunes, or they call him Looney T. And he was producing back then, and I used to go to his house and I just watched him. I was like, man, I like how he putting this stuff together. Like all the music we used to listen to back then, 3 6 Mafia, No Limit, Pastor Troy, we listened to all that. And to see he had this little keyboard, he was constructing beats. And one day I said, Looney, man, I can get a PlayStation or either keyboard. My dad said he'll buy me one for Christmas. I was like, which one should I get though? He said, if you get a keyboard one day, you'll be able to buy all the PlayStations.
That you won't, come on.
And I said,
yes.
I'm gonna get a keyboard.
There you go.
I got that keyboard. I learned how to program and use it, compose, and that was it, man. That took me from there. I used to ask my grandma, I said, Grandma, teach me how to play the piano. And I would be sitting on her piano just like pushing little chords like this. And she was like, that's a chord. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know what I'm doing. She was like, you can play by ear. I ain't teaching you nothing. I'm like, what you mean play by ear? And one day, the first song I remember picking up, I heard was Ordinary People by John Legend. And I was like, but how can I play that? All them notes and... How'd it go?
We're just ordinary. Yes. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
That was the first song I learned how to play. So, picked up the, like, okay, if I can do that, that means I can do anything. So it just spun from there. I always loved the sound of guitar. That was a deterrent. Because I bought me a cheap little guitar, thought I was going to be able to play it, and I was like, man, how do you jokers doing their fingers like this? Because every time you hit a string, it might buzz the other one, and then you got to know how to chord with this hand and pluck with this hand. I was like, I put that guitar in the corner for years.
Oh, wow.
I watched a tutorial on YouTube, this guy named Jairus or something, and he was teaching how to do a bar chord, and I said, man, I'm gonna force myself to learn this one chord. And when I learned that one chord, I was like, oh, this how you do it. You apply this much pressure, and then that chord is movable, so you can move from this bridge to this bridge, and you can move from that bridge to this bridge. So I just kept adding little pieces. R&B stuff. That's my jam.
Drums on the keyboard. Did you ever play any percussion? I mean, actual drum? Because I'm a drummer. I got that in my history.
I played very little drums at church.
You talking about set? So I never learned set, but I played snare and I'm talking about concert style. You just your one instrument. The marching band, I did tenor and cymbals and all that. Yeah. I
wanted to get into that, but just the time, of me moving and grooving, it was just...
You never were able to dedicate, yeah.
And I feel like I could have...
Oh, man, you would have loved band. That would have been...
I would have loved it. Yeah. Because one of my favorite all-time rap groups from back in the day was the ONYXCON. And I used to love... I never realized why I loved the ONYXCON so much. It was because of their drums. Because when I would hear that 808 come in and them snares... I was like, all of that is band.
Yes, it is.
So I looked up the producer. It was a producer named Freddie B for the ONYXCON, and also DJ Monte. Man, them beats used to just always make me be like, these are like some of the best producers in the world.
Yeah.
When I heard the East Side,
West Side,
East, like the melody of that.
So Brandon, man, when we talk about the gatekeeping and all the nonsense that all us real actors, real producers, real writers, real directors, etc. go through, and when we start giving up, man, like you were saying something about what?
My friend Barshay, he wrote a pilot called Unsolicited, and we probably shot that thing in 2016, 15 maybe.
Wow.
And just now I see them recognizing his talents in writing. He submitted to a film festival, and he won an award.
Awesome.
And,
congrats to him.
I knew that he had great writing and ability back then. And a lot of times people try to wait till you get popular to celebrate you. Like, no, don't celebrate me when I'm popping. It don't mean nothing then. Everybody doing it.
Right.
Do it when I'm coming up the ladder, when I'm crawling, when I'm climbing. And I thought about something. I said this on his post. I said, what's organic is always gonna grow.
Not that GMO.
Not that GMO. See, sometimes it just takes time when it's organic.
Yes, sir.
And that even involves the people you deal with in your circles.
That's right.
If people are organic, guess what? Those seeds and things you plant in each other, they're gonna grow.
Yes, sir.
When Joseph tell me, hey B, you a great actor, man. I see the talent, man. You a great musician. That's a seed. That's a seed. When I tell Joseph, hey man, your artwork is dope, or you a great artist, man. You a talented actor too. Those things grow. And if people in your circle not planting seeds like that, get rid of them.
Don't need them. That ain't welcome to the garden. That ain't helping none of the soil.
No, we don't need GMO people.
No GMO.
All organic, all authentic.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, what do I got to do?
I got to get how many more pounds bigger? Nah, bro, you the right size and everything. They just, you know how it go. But there's a lot of folk that have those looks. It's just more about just keep going until they notice you in particular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be worried about that.
Cause I mean, when you're an actor like we are, and you hear, oh man, you got the look. I've heard it a lot.
Yeah, you always start with that.
But it's like, I got to look, but why?
Then why can't we get this?
A role.
Right.
I'm on actors access. I'm on backstage. I'm in Atlanta. I'm on set. I'm doing
and you got credits. You got films.
It's elite Hollywood shit. It's like,
yeah. Oh yeah, the gatekeeping is real.
Like,
we know this is real.
I mean, I don't know if I ever told you a story about me and Luke. With the gold hair. That you serious about this acting thing, or you just playing? And I was like, I'm serious. This was I'm sitting there, I'm a stand-in. So I got my suit on, and she walked up to me and she said, "Are you a stand-in?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "I need to take a photo of you for continuity." Walked off, went and sit down, put her glasses on, and she was like, everybody started laughing just like you.
Yeah.
I went over there after they called second team out.
Yeah.
Sit down by her, and I was like, and she said, "You serious about this acting thing, or you just playing?" I said, I'm dead serious. You know,
right.
I've been trying to do this. She said, "Well," she said, "If you serious, you need to join the union." I said, "What?" She said, "You need to join the union." So she had a tattoo right there. She was pointing at.
Okay.
And then she said, "You need to join the union and sleep your way to the." She had a tattoo right there. She was pointing at.
Okay.
And then she said, "You need to join the union and sleep your way to the top."
Oh.
And
What was the tattoo of?
Joe, all I remember, I'm gonna call you Joseph.
He can do that, Joe. I told you, all my real homies, they done got Joe approved, but it's all good. I appreciate you saying Joseph for everybody else that might make the mistake. They don't know me like that.
Yeah. I remember the tattoo. It was a circle. That's what I remember. It was a circle with something in it, and she pointed at that. And
oh boy,
I started thinking to myself, I'm like, "What she's
codes and all kinds of stuff."
Like she was for real.
Yeah, she dead serious.
And also I got approached when I worked. That was the day I met you. Coming from Bar. So there was a particular extra on the set I met. On the way there on the bus. And you know, he introduced himself to me. I ain't gonna say his name to call him out.
Right.
You know, but he introduced himself. He said, "Yeah, man, you serious about this acting thing?" He said, "Hey, man, my name is such and such. I know a lot of people in the industry." And he said, I'll talk with you more about it. You working all 3 days?" I said, "Yeah, all 3 days." He said, "Okay." Every day he's talking to me a little bit more. We talking this and that. And you know, on this set, you can attest, there was a lot of beautiful.
Oh yeah, because it was a club scene, and they wanted all the sexy looks and everybody in all them tight dresses and all that. Yeah.
You feel me? So, I in my mind, I always try guys in Atlanta.
Right.
In the way.
Let's be sure we on the same page, because I'm a heterosexual man. Right. Right on. Right.
So I'm always just trying to see.
Right.
Because I don't want no surprises.
Read the room.
I should be able to know.
Gotta read the room.
But I don't got no problem.
Yeah. Whatever lane you in, just understand I'm not in that lane.
Right.
Respect my lane. It's simple. That's all.
So I says, "Hey man," I said, "You see that young lady right there?" I said, she look nice, right?" He said, "Yeah, but you'll be surprised how many of them like other women." I'm like, what does that have to do with the fact that this woman is
right?
Is gorgeous,
Still, yeah.
So, red flag.
Okay.
By the end of the third day,
put a pin in it.
Yeah. By the end of the third day, he tells me he wants to invite me to some mansion parties. And I'm like, "Oh, this sounds lit." I'm like, "What's that about?" So mind you, I got a lot of street sense. I ain't the most book savvy person in the world. I got a lot of street sense. So I'm acting green. "Oh, what's a mansion party?" "Oh man, let's just say it's something for everybody there." And I invited some people, and they said they would never do nothing like that. And when we left, they said, "When the next one?" I said, "Oh." I said, "So what happened at the mansion party?" "Oh man, you know, it's just, I'll tell you more about it. And he did. He told me that when you go, basically what happens is you go through the door, you got to strip, take your clothes off, put your phone, keys in a bowl, and introduce yourself. Everybody start coming in. And if they like you and if they want you, they come to you with a little proposition. You know, "Hey, you look like this and that." And he was like, "I like you, man, in shape and the way you look." He said, "They'll write a big check for you." I was like, "Really?" Wow. So it started letting me know there's some truth to these little stories we hear. And he also advised me, he said, "You can't say nothing about who you see, man. You're going to see some famous people now. You're going to see some big name people. So you can't say anything. And then after that, I made a decision. I was like, yeah, I can't rock with you, bro.
Right.
I ain't telling that.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So next time I saw him on a different set, he was like, hey man, what's up? What you been up to? I was like, and he was like, he thought I was acting weird, but I'm like, nah, bro. I'm straight on all that.
Right.
I just don't know why it can't be about the actual talent.
Right.
And be about the actual art. That's what infuriates me.
Right.
It can't just be, oh, you're good and we can actually see your talent and we can, expose your talent.
Right.
Why does it have to be all this red tape, all of this gray area, all of this, stuff you gotta finagle through,
right,
just to show people your gifts and your talent and creation.
Absolutely.
And that's what gets me upset.
Bootsy.
I remember I did a beat battle and I used that. I know you know that.
Yeah.
Can't stop no player. Can't stop no player. Rolling through that donut. Yeah. I love it. I love it, man. That's just why I like music so much. Cause
and your beats, I always, what I love most about every beat you've ever shared with us is even when it's like hype, you got layers to your beats. And there's sections. So, man, I can't keep it. So many things I got to talk about. So you a dancer too?
Yeah, I used to dance back in the day. I used to pop, lock, tick, like all that.
Yeah.
But then I started lifting weights, so I was like, nah, this ain't gonna be like Terry Crews. but
hey, if you can still move like that and be a big dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with the weights and everything, like when did you start bodybuilding? Or do you consider yourself a bodybuilder in that way?
That came much later. Like after my high school, I took weight training like my last year, and I was like, oh dang, this actually make you stronger. Because I just normally did calisthenics, push up, a little bit of push up, a little bit of sit up sometimes.
Right.
But because I danced, it kept me, in shape.
Yeah.
So
and genes do have a lot to do with it, of course,
And my dad, man,
he a big dude like that?
I'm taller than my dad, and my dad, I saw my dad when he went through the FBI Academy. That's when I saw my dad in the best shape of his life. Like he came back and he was like cut,
ripped up,
some muscle definition, but he didn't. It's not nothing he concentrated on. Like I took it more seriously because I worked with a guy who was a Italian guy. He was a bodybuilder, and he looked at me one day. He said, "B," he was like, "Man, you don't lift weights?" I was like, "No." He's like, "You not taking advantage of your black man genetics." He said that. And I was like, what? He said, bro, you got black man genetics. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, he said, you see Adams right there? I said, yeah. He was like, no, Adams don't work out, right? I said, no. He's like, you see how he built? I was like, yeah. He was like, you don't work out, right? I was like, no. He said, you see how
what was Adams?
Adams was a white dude, but Adams was like, big broad chest, like kind of barrel stomach, lanky arms. He don't look like
strong, but he don't work out to enhance it and show it off. Yeah,
you wouldn't want to look like him.
Okay.
In other words, and that's what Erman was trying to let me know. He was like, bro, people would want to look like you. Like he was like, I could get you on stage in the physique division, like you weeks away. He told me that, and then a black guy who was Mr. Georgia here named Clyde. Clyde told me that. Clyde was on the billboard here in Columbus, Georgia. It was a men's Olympic health spa. He was on there like this. I'm talking about traps, shoulders, chest, abs, in a Speedo.
Okay.
And this was a bald head black brother. And I met him I talked to him a couple weeks ago at the gym. I told him I'm gonna start filming him talking about, his state in bodybuilding, because people need to know who you are. And he was like, man, I really would like to do that. He said, I'm serious. And I said, I'm gonna do it, man, because I look at Charles Glass. He's another one. Charles Glass on the internet right now teaching people how to work out, what workouts are good for what. So taking that direction from Clyde and from Ermine, it made me lock in more and say, man, maybe I do need to do this. And when I got in there, I was like, oh, okay. And I saw my physique change. And then I hit a different level. It's like I just kind of stayed, you know, in and out with working out. But then recently, probably about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, I got even more serious. And I was like, every day, I'm finna get in the best shape that I can. I'm gonna try to look the best I can. So I can come for Michael B. Jordan. I can come for Jonathan Majors. Because what that taught me, I saw Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors rise to a whole different status when their physiques change.
Oh yeah, the Bears want you, you know, if you're gonna be the muscular dude, they want you to be that completely action figure looking cat. You know what I'm saying?
Why would I want to pay money to somebody I don't want to look like? They see a whole totality of the situation. It's like, I saw Michael B. Jordan do Black Panther. After that, Without Remorse, Gatorade commercial.
Oh yeah.
What's the other one?
Of course, the Creed series, but yeah.
And so this is in my mind. I see Jonathan Majors, same thing. You do Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah.
Now, wait, you in Creed?
You in
Wait,
Creed.
look at your physique. You doing Men's Health magazine? It spoke to me. It's like, bruh.
Yeah, it's a pattern. It's always a pattern with it.
No, because people was asking me, like, hey, what you using something?
Right, people start thinking steroids immediately.
Yeah, I'm using something. It's called time.
That's
That's what I'm using. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's called dedication.
Yeah.
It's called doing the stuff most people don't want to do.
Every day.
Come on.
And I got off of my program, and I got on my boy Dominique and Courtney. And Courtney was a high school friend, and he came to my gym one day, and I looked at him. I said, he was talking to somebody. He called my name. He said, bro. He said, you don't even remember me, do you? I said, no. And then he smiled. I said, Courtney? He said, yeah. I said, no, I didn't remember you, man. I'm like, dude, he's looking like he played for the Falcons. Look, dreads, traps. So he does contract work. He go overseas back and forth. 2 months on, 2 off. Yeah. His cousin was there. He introduced me to him. And I was like, yeah, I ain't working out with that big silverback gorilla. If I show you a picture of Dom got a frohawk that's colored. He look like he don't give no, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and then.
So you've been working out and you got a lot of friends with that, you know, into that culture. So it keeps you in it and keeps you positive about it and everything. And like you say, man, you know, image conscious for us as actors, you know, and when you want, and like I learned a long time ago, I said, you know, like from the ladies' side of it, if you're a dude that knows you look great with your shirt off, they don't mind it when you are a wrestler or if you're a trainer or anything that fits the guy who gonna have his shirt off. They'll accept it. You know, like they always say, it's diet first, and then that's not specific to one way. Everybody got to do what's right for their health. I got certain health concerns. I made videos about it. I ain't gonna get too far off on all that, but I can't eat certain things that other people know it's healthy, but for me it ain't healthy.
Right.
And like, you know, I laugh at your videos. You do videos where you be telling people, you know, eat this chicken.
Yeah.
Eat this way.
Reason why when you get
which one is Price?
He's a black guy, and he's just vegan.
Okay.
He don't eat no meat or anything.
Younger doctor? I think I've seen him on some shows. Yeah, okay.
He's actually a pharmacist, and you know, he used to live in Japan as well. He's real knowledgeable, and it just made so much sense to me. He says, you know, the chicken that are fed antibiotics, and then when you go to the doctor and get them and wonder why they're not working, it's because you've been eating them in the chicken.
Wow.
So make sure the chickens, if you're gonna eat them, make sure they're antibiotic free.
So you gotta, it's a process in life.
You relax, man. You like Jamaica. I said, really? So then I took that in. I'm like, yeah, I'm Jamaican.
I might have to retire.
The water was beautiful.
Yeah.
The food made me go to the restroom. The food made me go to the restroom.
The right way.
I thought something, Joseph. I thought something was wrong with you. I said, Brother Franklin.
You gonna start a meme with that. Let's go. No, it's the way you said, Joseph, it made me go to the restroom.
It did.
Yeah.
The food made me go to the restroom. It made me go.
If y'all use this audio, you pay your ONYXCON. Okay?
Yeah. Y'all, that's right. You heard it here first. So, no, man.
You're supposed to go 2 to 3 times a day. Like,
He said 2, 3 even every day.
Every day.
Said, really? He said, it's the food, man. Everything is all natural. All natural.
I ate tired.
I ate jerk chicken. I ate festival, which is like a little bread they make. I ate bammy, sweet potatoes. I ate a parrotfish. I had never seen a parrotfish in my life. I said, what is this? You know about fishes. So the lady came, she said, that's a parrotfish. Which one you want? I said, let me get the parrotfish. She went, it was fresh because we was on the beach.
Right. She just caught it.
She brought that thing out. It was steaming. It had bammy, sweet potatoes. It was on a bed. I ate that, man. I sit back like this, and I just looked at the beach, and I was like,
this is heaven.
I was like, oh my gosh. Because we don't realize the things we put in our body make us feel a certain way.
Yes, they do.
The way that they're processed and what's put in it, it all affects your gut and it affects your mind.
That's right.
That was one of the best meals I ate. I felt so good. I felt strong. I felt like I was getting energy from the sun. As crazy as that sounds.
Right. No, that is real. Ain't nothing crazy about that. That's exactly what's happening.
The weird part about it is it felt different over there than it does here.
Right.
I'm like, is the sun different over here? Or is it the water? The water was so...
Just air pollution. You know how you look at your phone and it'll tell you like the weather, but it also say the air quality every day? When you don't have as many cars and stuff, and it's not, you know, they got them in Kingston and whatnot, but I'm saying like when you in the areas, I haven't been to Jamaica, but I know enough about the land and how it is, and I've been other places, like I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Oahu, and I know when as soon as you get away from the congestion of the city, everything, all, you know, we say, you know, plants help us breathe. We give them whatever the exchange is. I forget
CO2,
right. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. So let's so you do the travel, and I love that because I'm about that life, man. I say it always going to expand your mind for real. So we were talking about GINUWINE and your connection as a musician, and you perform. I've seen videos of you performing, man. You remind me of his energy when you perform.
Yeah,
how did you meet GINUWINE? How does all that come together? Give him a little bit of that.
I met GINUWINE at a show back in 90 something. It was like I was 17 years old going to Shaw High School.
Wow.
And my buddy Karsten, he knew I was a fan. Because when GINUWINE first came out and I heard Pony, I saw the video. I'm like, who this dude is, man? I'm thinking he can dance. And then I'm watching the video and I'm seeing these dance moves. I'm like, damn, that's kind of smooth. Let's see if I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, dang. I just fell in love with the whole songs and the persona he had, because that was like, to me, like the real R&B. Like, dude, like this dude coming out. Like, he got this bad song. And my Aunt Kathy, she bought me the cassette tape. And we was in the hotel. She said, Brandon, she's like, I got you something. I'm like, what? She was like, she hit play and I heard that. Yeah. I was like, oh. It was a wrap. So 17, Karsten, my one of my best friends, he called me and he had won some tickets from the radio. And he was like, B, he was like, I got 2 tickets, man, to the GINUWINE show. He was like, you want to go? I said, bro, why is you even asking?
That ain't even a question. Yeah.
That's my ticket.
That is my ticket.
So, and the crazy thing is, bro, I had prayed for this to happen. This shows you the power of the mind and speaking things and how we all align with God, man. I prayed for that to happen in middle school. I'll never forget. I saw him on Ricky Lake. I said, man, I want to meet GINUWINE one day, God. I really want to meet him. 17 years old. Here in Columbus at the Trade Center, met GINUWINE. Got a picture to prove it.
Yeah.
Me at 17.
So you met him after the show? Like it was like a backstage pass type thing?
This is the crazy part. So when I got there, we had, instead of going straight in, we had went around. You know how kids are, like teenagers. We 17. He was like, hey, let's see if he's back here. He was back there.
Oh, wow.
And he walked right up to me, and he was walking like past, and I was like, man, I see him right there. Like, they didn't say nothing to it. I had wore all black. I had on all black, and I had on a black do-rag, and I had on this little fake gold Geneva watch and my little chain, and I met him then, and I spoke to him, and he kind of spoke. Later on, he did the whole show. In the Trade Center, they got this big, huge elevator, so they walked him through the elevator, and then he went up. And that's where all the meet and greet people go. I didn't know this. I didn't know nothing about no meet and greet at that time. But I went over by the elevator, and it was a guy, security. He was standing there, and I was like, I just walked in the elevator, and he didn't say nothing to me.
Cause you look like you was probably part of the crew and stuff. That's when you got to look. You know how that be on set.
That's what it was. Yeah. I didn't realize that until later. He did not say anything to me or Carson. We went up there, and he was like in there taking pictures with people, and I'm like, that's really the man right there.
Dude,
that's him. So he take a picture with somebody, and he turns around. I'm like, G, can I get a picture with you? And I'm not knowing what he finna say. He's like, yeah, bro, come on. He do like this, put his hand around me, and I'm like this, and I never forget. He was walking off, and I said, God bless you, bro. And he was like, what? And he's like, what you say? And he turned around. I said, no, I just want to say God bless you. And he said, he dapped me up. He said, he hugged me. He said, I needed that right there. And then he walked off, and I was like, the impressions you make on a young man, it was surreal. I'm like, who does this happen to?
Right.
And from there on, I met his background singers too, Rick and Red, who are still his background singers to this day. I showed them that picture, and they be tripping out about it. They was like, dang.
So how did it come back around full circle for you to know him later?
So full circle. He did another show here. Man, that had to be 10, 15 years later, maybe even 20, at the, not the Trade Center, this time it was the Civic Center. And I was at work, and I asked my boss, I was like, hey man, you let me go to the show, and I'll come back. And he was like, yeah. I was telling him my whole story. He was like, yeah man, no problem. I got dressed, I went on over there, and that's just how God worked, man. Nobody asked me anything about going through the back. I was back there. He saw me
once again,
and when he saw me this time, he looked at me like he knew me. And I was like, and he said, "What's up, boy? What's up, boy?" He came and dapped me up like that, and I dapped him up, and I was like,
"From 17 to then, you still remember who you were?"
In my mind, I'm like, "It's no possible
way you would," but no, like when he said he needed that, when you blessed him like that, it was really something going on, and he felt like you were the only genuine person in the room. That's what that was.
I look back at the time period, and I think that's the time period where his mom passed away.
Okay.
His dad committed suicide.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But I don't know if either one of those things was going on. And
gotcha.
This was crazy because after this show, we did a meet and greet, got a picture with him, and he told me, this is what he told me. I said, man, God bless you, bro. You've been a huge inspiration to me, blah, 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 blah. I was just telling him how much I appreciate his musical talent, whatever. He said, man, I need you around. He said that. I was like, huh? He's like, I need you around me. He was like, real shit. And he said, Aunt. He said, give him the number, man. He was like, for real, give him the number. So Aunt was the point of contact, and from then on, you know who he told me he thought I was? The reason why he dapped me up like that?
Okay.
He told me he thought I was Timbaland's brother. Timbaland's got a brother
that looks like you.
That's what he said. He said he honestly thought that's who I was.
That's who you were, right?
Yeah. But I reminded him later, and from that, about maybe not even a month later, he performed at Wolf Creek in Atlanta. And I went to that show, and I seen Ant, and Ant wasn't really trying to let me in, but he was just like, come over here. I didn't even pay for a ticket. This is how God works with me. I'm up here, I get in, go around to the side, I see Red, and I started talking to Red, one of G's background singers.
Okay.
Talking to Red, and I'm like, yeah, man, I thought Ant was gonna get me. He was like, nah, he's back there. He was like, hold on. Red went back, he got me in there. I got on all white. Everybody got on all white. I'm back there sitting down, bro. Keith Sweater's back there.
Wow.
Case, he came out and go to the stage. He saw me, and he looked at me. I was sitting in the chair, and he was like, he just dapped me up like that. And I was like, I wonder what made him do that. And after that, man, it was cool. It was just like they did the show, and it's just like all these connections kept happening back to back to back. So the next show he did was in Tuskegee, Alabama.
Word. Shout out to Tuskegee, yeah.
I drove all but T got me in.
But you were doing music, producing, and like you had stuff out at that time, is what
Yeah, I had.
I'm talking about stuff that you would be performing as an R&B act, because I know you do that.
Yeah, I had songs, but I had never really stepped out there fully as a R&B artist.
Okay.
Because I was always so unsure, like, will people really receive me? Would they be like, oh, who is this joker? Like, I just had so much in my head because I'm a perfectionist.
Sure.
You know, even when I do beats, I'd be like, I don't like that, and I'm start on something else.
You ain't no Virgo like me, are you? What are you?
March 22nd. So I'm like
what's that, Pisces?
Somebody said it was on the cusp, so I'm like,
you probably on the cusp.
Aries, Pisces, or something.
Yeah,
you know, you always want things to be a certain way.
Sure.
But yeah, man, from Tuskegee to another time in Opelika, I knew it was real when I went to Opelika and I was back there with them, and they let me backstage on the stage with them, and people looking at me like, oh, he with them and all that. And then T was like, Tip Terrence is his bodyguard, his big dude. He was like, hey. He was like, man, do you know any place around here that's got like any food? Like, we can get some food. I said, it's a Church's Chicken. I used to work at Walmart distribution in Opelika. So I was like, I know it's a Church's. Parents gave me $100. He was like, hey man, get a mash, get a this, get a that, and yeah, just bring that back for me. And I was like, gotcha. I went, came back, and he was like, you on point. You on point. I went in there, and from then on, we just been like this. And they told me last time, there was 2 shows in Alabama. We probably did about 5, 6, 7 shows. We did Center Stage in Atlanta.
You became crew because of that moment. You were part of the entourage, helping out wherever needed.
If G see me, it's automatic. Come on in here. It's automatic every time. And I told Terrence, I said, bro, I just appreciate y'all as a young man taking me in, treating me like family, because y'all didn't know me. Right. Y'all didn't know me from none. Y'all, I could have been anybody. Sure. It was like, nah, he was like, I was like, y'all treating me like family. He said, nigga. I'm sorry for the involved, but this is what he said. He said, nigga, you family. What you talking about? You is family. Right. I'm like, dang, well, that mean a lot. To hear that coming from them. And he was like, you about to blow up. He said, I see you doing all this moves. So he said, you about to blow up.
Oh, so you were acting at the time, or by that point?
This last show in 2023, they just did. He said that it was so funny. He was like, I'm getting your picture. You got next.
This is GINUWINE, I'm telling you.
This Terrence is security guard.
Security guard. Okay, gotcha.
Don't nobody get in that door.
Right. Until right. So now what? Because I've seen you perform with GINUWINE. How did that happen? And also, let's get into the acting and make sure we drop all of the projects you've been involved in that people should be aware of that are already out and they can go watch streaming.
Okay. The performance happened 2020. What was it? 22. It was before COVID hit. And I remember walking in there. I wasn't gonna go to this show. That was probably
2018, 2019.
Yes, it was
probably 18.
Yeah. I was not going to this show because I had talked with a promoter about performing. I was like, this is gonna be perfect. This will be a chance for them to see me as an artist instead of just the guy backstage. Right. I said, I'll help you promote the show free, and return, you know, I just want to perform. And he was like, okay, yeah, we might can do that. He was like, I was like, I'm an actor, you know, da-da-da-da. He was like, yeah. So the day came, and he never got back with me. No, this to him. He probably just was busy because this is how the game goes, promotion. But I remember having a thought, like, I really wanted to do this show, and I heard a voice say, I got you. And I'm like, wait a minute, is that me talking? I got you. And it's just like, I got you. Don't worry about it. I started not to go to this show, Joe. This is the show I started not to go to. I was mad. I was like, I'm just not going to go. I'm not going to be in the crowd when I'm, you know, I done got spoiled at this. I'm supposed to be backstage with everybody. So my uncle called me, like, Brian. I'm like, what? He like, I got 2 tickets to go down to the show. You know, and I was like, I still didn't want to go because I don't want to be sitting down watching the show. I want to be backstage with my crew. Yeah. You know, I'm with GINUWINE.
You ain't got in that zone,
So what happened was, he told me, well, think about it because I'm getting ready to leave. And I was like, all right. So while I'm sitting there thinking, something is prompting me. It's like, go. You need to go to this show. Just go. See what? Just go. And I took this red jacket I got. I wore this red jacket down there. And when we got there, I'm saying, I didn't know these were backstage tickets. I was like, what? That was the first miracle. Second miracle was, as soon as I walked around the corner, the first person I see, G. He's like, what's up, boy? What's up, boy? Dap me up. He's like, man, I like this jacket. I was like, for real? I was like, you can wear it for the show? He was like, nah, I might need to though, for real, I might need to. And I was like, he's like, come on. His daughters, all the dancers, Rick Red, everybody in the dressing room. He talking to me, he getting ready. He like, yeah, man. He was like, what you been up to? I was like, man, just doing my acting stuff and my music stuff. He was like, how this going for you? I was like, man, it's ups and downs. He was like, he said, I'm gonna tell you this. He said, just don't give up. He said, whatever you do. He was like, just don't give up. He's like, if you give up, he was like, that's all you gonna have. And I was like, just a bit. And after that, he was like, you know what? This was him now. Yeah. He said, when I go on stage tonight, you coming on stage with me. I was like,
just casually, like.
Wait a minute, brother. I think you might have.
So now, had you just like sang around him or done anything that he knew you had?
He just knew it.
I'm talking about from all the time you would be. He had never seen you do anything.
Never seen me sing. Never seen it. Unless, I mean, he saw my stuff on IG, man.
Okay, yeah, because y'all exchanged stuff, so he followed it.
But I still wouldn't just trust somebody to say something. Man, he said, when I go on, my uncle was there. My uncle witnessed this. I said, man, ain't no way he gonna remember to do. He got all this stuff to do. Ain't no way he gonna remember last song he always do. It close it's Pony.
Yes.
So when he was I think he did differences, and he said, all right, everybody cut the lights on, I just want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all for supporting me for all these years. I appreciate all of the love, all this. He's like, where my little brother at? Yeah, you. Pointing at me. Yeah. This thousands of people packed out. I'm like, I'm like, God, am I finna die?
Right. Is this right? Yeah, I'm already gone. This is the dream.
Is this real?
Yeah.
So he like, yeah, come on up here. I come up on the stage. I'm standing there. He right here. He go, this is my little brother. Y'all give it up. He from here. Everybody started screaming. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna die. he grabs a microphone and he goes like this. Boop. He cut the mic on. He was like, I know you know the words of this. He give me a microphone and then he give me roses to like throw out.
To throw out to the ladies, right?
And I'm throwing roses out.
Oh my gosh.
And as soon as the sun come on, I come on there, I'm just a bat. Everybody screaming. I'm looking for. Everybody screaming. I'm like, someone who knows that right. I'm singing word. He's singing. He like sing without even falling on. I'm singing. So I'm like, the high I felt that night was what I would equate to probably what Michael Jackson felt like every night when he talked about that. Right. I was so high, and I was like, I felt this surge of energy. I hadn't eaten that day, but when I tell you, I felt like a surge of energy like going through me, and I was just like, man, who does this happen to? I kept thinking to myself, who does this happen to? This is a surreal, unreal moment right now in life. Yeah. It's people who know me, who I work with. I used to work at that Civic Center. For sure. It was people who I worked with saw me on stage. My friend Jet. Yeah. Jet saw me. Yeah. Jet was like this. He was like this, and he was like, he looked back like, you sang? Oh, man. You didn't even know. Yeah. So that was a pivotal moment for me to let me understand, like, bro, you overthinking. You got it. You people accept it. You're the problem. Quit getting in your own way. You get in your own way. Just go. You can perform. You've been on stage before. You know what you're doing. You done signed the check. You done signed the check. So
he paid you for that performance too?
He didn't.
Or the promoter or somebody. I don't know.
I didn't even want any money.
Right. You just wanted the moment, but
I mean, it was such a priceless moment for me.
You said you didn't want, but you still did? Like, oh, okay.
I didn't even worry about getting paid, but the promoter followed me after that performance. And
when you, just quick question, when you did the work that led up to that, Did you get paid for that, being backstage, helping out and stuff, or anything? No? It was just to be in the moment.
It was just to be there.
Build the connections and everything.
Paying my dues, letting people know, like, hey, bro, I'm here if you need me. Whatever you need me to do, I got you. You know, this is my city, this is my town. You know, whatever hospitality you need, I got you. This was a crazy thing, right? So the jacket that I wore down there was red. Right. When I got down there in the dressing room, guess what color everybody had on?
They wearing red.
Nobody coordinated it.
Right.
That's what blew my mind.
Yeah.
So when you see the picture, you see the red jacket I got on. You see the red jacket G got on. So from then on, it was just like, we locked in. Locked in. He gave me a number. He said, man, I told you to call me, man. You don't be calling. I was like, and he was like, here, take my number. He was like, this is it. He gave me a number. So I got his number. You know? Right. I don't call him and bother him.
Yeah, that's the business. That's how we always had to move. You know, I know how that goes. You know, you got a lot of folks' numbers and Rolodex, but it's like,
I mean, them you use.
Yeah, but and it's so funny about that. And cause you about to really get into something where, as actors and people in the biz, we're always wondering, what's too much? Am I doing too much? Am I doing too little?
Right.
And that stuff is what will really drive you up the wall. And I've met folk, man, where I literally felt like, do I have a right to call this person even though they gave me that number? You know what I'm saying? And all that kind of stuff. And then when I did, they like you said, you get the ones who are like, where you been? I mean, you should have been calling me. And it's like, oh, damn, I don't know, man. What's up? You know? And it's nothing weird either. It ain't no weirdo stuff. You know, it's just really like they genuinely are cool with you. They like your energy. And they want to know who you are, and they want to stay in touch. And they do be serious when they say, I got an idea for you. It may not be, and what I've learned about that is just let that pot simmer at the back of the stove for that person who say, I got a role for you, or you going to be this. It's going to happen. As long as you keep breathing and stay healthy, it's coming, but you can't press the timer on it, because like, it's just like how we write stuff, because you write too, like I write. And you know how it is, you got somebody in your mind like, they perfect for that role. Perfect. But you're just trying to get all the money and everything together. As soon as it all come together, this is why, like, people who don't understand the biz, the only thing, like you said, you're getting your own way. If you don't get in your own way, it's gonna happen. Just stay healthy, stay alive. That's why it's hard for anybody who just literally lives like, oh, to be in a certain place by this day. Where if you think about that ain't going. You need to get about 10, 20. You need to keep stacking relationships like what you have with GINUWINE and who knows else. You know, I know you know a lot of folks just like I do. And all of those people, man, they're all remembering us. They're all talking about us when we don't think they're talking about us. They all recommending us and watching us when we're not thinking they watching us. Right. And it's gonna happen. Like he said, like watching you blow up, you thinking, wait a minute, who, me? You telling me you're GINUWINE? You talking about you watching people? They see them roles, man. They see them moments. And as you said, people who know you got the look and everything, that's the great beginning. But once they see that you got the chops on some levels, they gonna get you in that door when it's time.
This is not gonna be a question. You know, just like the thing we were talking about when something is organic, it takes longer to do it organically.
That's right.
You know, when you ain't got the GMO involved, it's a different process.
It's a different process.
But one is better. Just stay grounded, like you said. Stay grounded and stay in the process and not unplug. Because some people, they unplug too soon.
Right.
They're like, oh, this ain't working. I might as well get it.
Right.
You do that, you give it up. And once you give up, like G told me, he said, once you give up, that's all you gonna have.
That's all you gonna have.
If I would not have came to that show and given up, I would have missed all of that. I would have missed all of that. I would have missed performing. I would have missed understanding that these people, this group of people, believe in me. Even Tank, I had the same similar situation with him.
That's cool.
Tank, it was a very similar situation. Very similar, and I don't think people realize that, like, what you post and what you put out there. It's so powerful. The message to me was the power of perception. People believe that about you. You just gotta walk into that, but people already see that. You're already there, and that also related to the message I got. I feel like God be giving me messages sometimes. He's like, when you look at everything was invisible until it wasn't.
Universe bless.
You feel me? And then manifest into another. So that leads me to believe that anything that we believe we can actually have.
That's right.